It certainly is very interesting watching the top end of the meta do its thing. Make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Mr. Marshmaoyummy himself. This card actually has been falling down in value, which actually has been kind of a good thing here. I mean, you're looking at about $28 to $29 a copy for this, but I mean, this has been really, really strong. Now, I mean, keep in mind, as we are transitioning through the Master Duel ladder here, and we already saw as this deck is arriving into Master Duel, Yummy is already expecting, you know, those early limitations, which is kind of hurting a lot of the perception that we are seeing with people wanting to pick this up. And also, you know, the other big question is, you know, where, how, where, and why, how on the ban list. You know, when we finally do see the How Now Brown Cow come down from the top, and we are actually going to see this getting bonked, or, you know, whatever limitations we're going to do around this. Keep in mind, Marshmaoyummy is a secret rare. We typically avoid hitting secret rares on the TCG side of things. So, I don't think we're going to see the limitation on this. Now, Borreload Savage Rare. How many times are we going to come through here, people? And we are going to see a hitting on the Borreload Savage Dragon, because it feels like more and more as time goes by that we see more discussion about this card coming back in. The thing is, Dragon Link doesn't even need this card. The only reason why you would even make a push to bring this back would be for Konami to want to facilitate and push something in the department for, you know, some of the other little crazy ideas. So, you know, I could see maybe a talk about that, but right now, Dragons don't need it. And, you know, you got people propping this up, pushing it up to the $16 mark, so I really don't know what to say about this. Your takeaway here is we've got some potential with it. I mean, if people in the market continue to pick these up, just look in your January sales here over the last 8 days. They're moving. Fiendsmith's Tract. This is kind of interesting. So, we don't have Mini Underworld Goddess. We do know that Armades is coming. We know Elven Notes are coming. We know that you can play a combination pile to actually, you know, try to get some results off of this. But Fiendsmith Tract QCR, or Secret Rares, coming in at 14s. Looks like 20s. QCR's coming in at 55s, down to 57s. I mean, your top end is doing what the top end was supposed to do. You know, these are very, very hard to get, and you're down to 13 listings for this. But I don't know how Elven Notes are going to handle this. That's been like our conversation lately has been, you know, what are we going to see here? Fiend Skull Dragon. So, this card got the reprint in the Japanese tournament pack, which I believe has to do with Metamorphosis coming back. It would make sense for Konami to want to do something with this, but as of this moment, I don't know why we're making the push for this. You've had a good couple of these actually moving off of the market, and it's this card can only be fusion summoned with the above fusion material as long as the card remains face on the field. Negate all flip effect monster effects. In addition, negate the effects of trap cards that designate this card as a target. That doesn't really matter all that much. You're just looking at a very awkward choice of reprint, and I mean, flip effects really are not doing anything, man. If I'm making this, and I'm invalidating flip effects, I guess, sure. RIP to Mimigul. Highspeed Cork Shooter. So, this one, 41 listings, and we're still sitting at about $5-ish a piece. How's your sale data on this? This is, somebody came through here and bought 10 at $4.75 a piece, which kind of triggered this to kind of move up the top of the ladder to some of the best selling, which is not a crazy thing to see, but it is a generic level 3. It does add a Speedroids Bomb Trap card, which is actually not too bad. Which, I mean, sure, I guess. It depends on what you want to play with this. Do you have some sort of pile deck that's looking pretty decent? I don't know. Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon from Aelin. Man, this card has been moving along. You can already see down here. I mean, we were at $3. We're heading on up to about the $4-ish to $5 range. And we've been doing pretty all right with this. You're just holding at 49 listings, and it looks like a decent card. 2025 Megatins. The state of these. First of all, cases of just the tins are at $270. Meanwhile, I can come down here and I can just get the bundle displays for $110. You wanna tell me how the tins themselves have propped up and made that much of a difference between the two? Because this is freaking hilarious to see. Because if you look at this comparison, I mean, these bundles are doing terrible, but the tins themselves are successful. So that's something. Impulse actually is still floating about $37. Individual tins are $24. No thanks. Dominus Purge is still holding at 22s. Do remember we have the full arts coming of these in Rarity 5. They are going to make a difference. We have $14 Fuas. Perulias are down to 15s. There's your Lordly Loads, still have not recovered at 17 listings, which is so crazy. Imperms coming in at 10s. Looks like Lacrimas are still holding at 7s. LZs are still 7s. We've got the Apprentice, which still are about 4 to 5. Actually, no, these are 9s. You just have one cheap listing there. Interesting. Deception's still holding at 6s. The Blazing Domain Expansion Queen, still 4 to 5. That card's got to be good someday, right? Right. Pot of Greed still at $5 for Genesis format. Your Seng Engine's still coming in at 4, which is actually not bad. Harpy's Feather Duster still coming in at 3 for the Starlight. Malice is still at 2. I think, as a side note for like this set, I think once we do get a ban list and we see that shift within the spectrum, I think things will pick up a lot more. Shining Sarks are $2. That card's probably going to explode when we do get the arrival of the Dark Magician stuff. So you can thank me later for that one. That's been a big one. Bot Herders are sub $2 again. That card still reads like one of the best custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards that we have seen. And it still looks like it's up on the discussion block. Pydra's coming in at 3s. Chaos Sorks underneath 2s. You know, Sork was one of the most exciting cards that people wanted to see, and the fact that it is doing that well is kind of crazy. Red Eyes Black Full Metal still $2. That's really good, actually. I do appreciate that. Malice and Undergrounds are sub $1 for this one listing, and then you're still holding basically at 2s, which is not bad. The Monster Reborn, we looked at the Soul Exchange yesterday, but I mean, the reality of the situation is the Monster Reborn has been seeing a decent amount of play in Genesis format. It is definitely one of the better cards, for sure. Your metas are also at $1.50. It definitely does look like there's a lot of things back here doing very, very well. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see. Yes, your Soul Exchange. Your Red Eye Slash Dragon is a sub $1 as well with shipping. That part is crazy to me, that these versions of these cards are doing what they are. More Malice Dormouse also sub $1. If we do get a list and we do see things like, you know, Malice dodging, you're probably going to see some of those Malice back end cards kind of explode back up in value. It's to be expected to happen, right? Any scenario that you see that, you know, something didn't necessarily check the box, you know, you are going to see some sort of topple upwards for that. Same thing, the white binders are 40 cents. This set, oh my god, 25 cent Starlight Rares. This set truly has like some of the cheapest cards in the modern times, but with Yu-Gi-Oh feeling a little bit more unstable in certain sectors, I don't really blame people for, you know, approaching this very cautiously. It's just, this set was, it looks like it has done worse over time than it functionally should have. And that's just kind of where we are right now with it. So we'll wait and see. Certain parts of the market are exploding right now. It's just, we got a little bit of a calm down today. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.